Hello and welcome to Kindergarten 101. My name is Allison Prentice and I am the kindergarten teacher here at All Saints Catholic School. Here in kindergarten, we try to do a variety of different things. We get up and move around a lot. We play with different things to learn. It's very hands-on and child-based learning. We also do a lot of faith learning because that is a big component of our school, and especially in kindergarten, where we learn a lot about how God is a part of our lives and the blessings that God has given us. And we do that in lots of different ways, and not just in a once-a-day religion class, but throughout the entire day. And speaking of our day, over here is our calendar, and I'm going to quickly just go through our day so you can kind of get an understanding of what kindergarten is like. As you can see, they come to school in the morning, and the big thing about coming to school in the morning is to work on independence in kindergarten, trying to get them to unpack their backpacks on their own, putting their things away, and for some of the kids it's stepping out of their comfort zone, and it's not a bad thing. There's a lot of things that these little friends can do on their own, and if they can't right away, that's okay. That's what I'm here for. But I really encourage them to try something first, and I will step them through and try to help them get their things put away and taken care of on their own. And it gives them a great sense of pride. Independence is just a wonderful self-esteem, and it just builds that self-esteem and really helps you develop your whole person. So we come to school. They come in on their own, put their things away with some assistance from me, of course, and then we do some morning work. So morning work really is not about the product. It's all about just waking up our brains, getting our day started, and really setting the mood for our day. And that is really important in kindergarten. If we start our day frustrated with a piece of work, or we come in and we're all upset and we've messed something up and our friends aren't talking to us, that is going to set the entire day in a wrong path. We don't want that at all. So in kindergarten, opposed to other classrooms, it starts a little slower. I want them to start ready to learn. So they come in, and on their desk, like you'll see over here, each child has their own desk, and they'll come in, and on their desk will be some type of work. It could be anywhere from a manipulative playing activity, it could be a written activity, or even iPad work. Each child has their own assigned iPad here at All Saints. We are one-to-one for technology. And really, once again, it's not about the product. It's about waking up the brain and getting our minds in the right set. During this time, they also get a lot of opportunity to talk to their friends, share their experiences. They want to talk to each other, and that's great. Communication is wonderful. It's a great tool in learning. So kindergarten starts the day kind of slow, kind of calm, getting our things done, talking to our friends, sharing our experiences. After a little bit of doing that, our day is ready. We're getting ready because we've set the tone for our day. We move on to calendar. And as you'll see over here is our calendar. We do go through the day, the month, the days. We count how many days we've been at school. This helps us practice our skip counting and counting on. And then we do weather. This is also a wonderful time that we bring in God into our day, where we say, wonder what God has decided our weather's going to be like today. Or if the children are afraid of the rain, God has decided to give us rain. It's a blessing. So it's not something to be afraid of. God is taking care of us during these times, and it really gives them a sense of comfort. So we do our calendar, and then we move on to reading. Reading and math, I would say, would be our core subjects here at All Saints. And in kindergarten, it's important to give those core subjects in the morning, mostly because it's developmentally appropriate for kids in that 5-6 age range to learn better in the morning, because in the afternoon their bodies start to calm down. They're tired. So we really want to get that where they're awake and really picking up on all those wonderful things, those skills. So we do reading. And in reading, we learn so many things. We learn anywhere from letters to reading to sentence structure and a little bit of grammar. It is huge, the growth that we learn in reading in kindergarten. After a good core academics, we give ourselves a little break by going out for recess. Then we come back and we're so hungry. We've played, we've eaten, we've played and we've learned, so now it's time to eat. So we go to the lunchroom and we have lunch. We come back after lunch and we do math. So another one of those core subjects that I'd like to get done in the morning while our bodies are still awake, our minds are ready to absorb that information. And once again, math is the same way as reading. We learn anything from numbers to shapes to place value. The learning is just huge, and they grow so much in kindergarten. I'm so proud of them. Now that after math, about noon is when the kids start to calm down. Their bodies are starting to get tired. It's a little bit harder to focus. So I choose to do religion at that time because religion is a comforting subject. It really brings peace to your day, and it kind of helps reset the day. So we do a lot of religion in the middle of the day. After religion, they get to go to specials. We have 3 different types of specials that we do here at All Saints. We do gym class, we do music, and we do art. We also are lucky enough to have a librarian here on staff, and she will do library with our students twice a week throughout the day. So sometimes our day is just a little bit different. After specials, we come back and we do rest time and snack, and I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. We have one more recess just to wake our bodies up and get ready to just end our day off strong. And at the end of the day, I like to do science or social studies. It's just a little bit more fun, a little bit more hands-on. And then we get to go home. So let me show you our library. Like our school, we have our own school classroom library. We have a school library upstairs. But in our classroom, it's nice for the kids to have just some books that they can keep at their desk, or books that they would like me to read to them. We read a lot of books in the classroom. And I try to change them up based on the season. Right now we are going to see a lot of snow and winter books. In the fall, it's all about pumpkins, and maybe in November about Thanksgiving and turkeys and being thankful and grateful for what we have. A variety of things, and it may change on interest of the children. You just never know what kind of books I'm going to bring out. Like I said at the beginning, when students come in and are independent, putting their things away, they drop some things off at their desk, and then they come in here. Each child has their own hook area. I typically do not spend much time in here. They are very good at hanging up their backpacks. I do encourage them to put their coats on the hooks, take care of their things. That independence, that responsibility really helps build a whole person. So we try to do that every day. They take care of that. Just like here, we have their own desk spots. And as you can see right here on the floor, we have carpet spots. So in kindergarten, our room is humongous. So not only do we get a desk spot, a place to sit and actually do our work, but we have carpet spots. They move around so much. Sitting still is just not normal for young children. So I really try to limit that for them. And they have options. They can choose to stay at their desk, or they can go to their carpet spot. It is really up to what feels best for them and what works best for them. Over here, you'll find our cubbies. Not only do they have a hook area, but they have a cubby. And we talked a little bit about rest time and snack, and I know that's really important to parents wanting to understand, will my child take a nap in kindergarten? We don't do nap time, but we do a rest time. Their bodies have been working so hard, their brains have been working so hard that they need a time to just relax. And at the beginning of the year, may have a few students fall asleep, but normally not so much. But they do bring in a rest towel, and they'll have a snack. And during rest time, they can go get their rest towels, they lay them out on the floor, have their snack, listen to a calming story. just kind of relax our bodies so that we can make it through the rest of the day. And this continues throughout the entire school year. They're still so very young, and it's okay to rest throughout the day so that we can be more productive at the end of the day. So there's our rest time spots. And sometimes they put other things in there, and that's okay. That's their space, their space. And finally, I want to show you here in kindergarten, we do play. It's important, that hands-on learning. And what we think is just playing, they're just playing. They're not really doing any learning. They are doing so much learning with toys, manipulatives. We do a lot of STEM activities where I encourage them to think outside the box. We may use Legos to build a maze. Oh, that's using math and science. How am I going to make that work? Problem solving. Can I make this work? What do I do if it doesn't work? So many wonderful things can be learned through playtime. So I try to incorporate as much of that kind of stuff throughout our day. Really interests them and keeps the learning going without them thinking they're just learning. They're just doing, instead of doing a worksheet all the time, it's good to do those hands-on activities. So there's our place I store most of our toys, and they know where they go. They're in charge of putting them away. That independence. It is super important that they learn to take care of their things. So that's mostly our kindergarten room and what kindergarten is like. If you have any questions about kindergarten, is my child going to be ready for kindergarten, or would like to see our classroom in person, please contact the school office and they will be happy to set up those meetings with you. Or if you would like to contact me and ask me some questions, please contact the office and they'll be happy to get you to me. Thank you so much for joining me.